How's it going, people, and welcome back to Bleed Blue, your home of everything Chelsea. I hope you guys are doing well, as always, on this Wednesday evening. This is your second Chelsea news video of the day, so if you want to go and check out the first one, we went over some things we've got updates on now. Noni Madueke to Spurs, that was an article on Team Talk. We've not really heard much more about Madueke to Tottenham, but two teams that were mentioned in that article in... my mind's gone completely blank. Aston Villa and Newcastle. We've had some clarity on their interest in Noni Madueke. We went over Enzo Fernandez's brilliant performance against Brazil. More on him in this video. We went over Jadon Sancho and a bit more on the stadium, so make sure you do go and check that out. In this video, we're going to be going over the Chelsea Supporters Trust. They've sent a letter to the CEO of the Premier League regarding the Vivid Seats situation and kerfuffle. We will definitely check that out. Stay tuned for that. Some more on Madueke. Like I said, we've got a bit more on Sancho. A bit on Christopher Nkunku. Still could be looking to leave. We know he was close to a move to Bayern Munich in January. So we've got more on him. And also some good news on Nicholas Jackson. Thank God. He's back on the grass training. And if I haven't said it already, we've got more on Enzo Fernandez as well. So before we dive into that, please like and subscribe. It would be much appreciated. This is a new channel, so it would be greatly appreciated by me. And also hit the notification bell if you want to be kept up to date with everything Chelsea. I'd also love it if you guys wanted to, only if you wanted to. This is not forced, but if you want to get in the comments, get the conversation going, get some opinions out on anything in this video, it would be much appreciated. So thank you guys so much for joining me, and let's get straight into this. I think we'll start with the Vivid Seat situation. I'm sure you've heard a lot about it, so I'm not going to deep dive into what it is. I'm sure you've seen other YouTubers talk about it, so there's not much need for me to go over it as well. But here is the letter they sent to the CEO of the Premier League. Take a look. Now, I won't go through the whole letter. If you want to read it, you can go to the Chelsea Supporters Trust Twitter page. It's on there. It's also been aggregated on Twitter as well. So, Vivid Seats, open letter and DCMS consultation. The CST, Chelsea Supporters Trust, has written an open letter to the Premier League CEO in response to reports connecting Todd Bohley and Vivid Seats. The CST has also submitted evidence on this issue to the DCMS consultation on the resale of live ticket events. Now, since this whole thing about Todd Bohley being on the board of Vivid Seats has come out, we've had no clarity from the club. No one's came out and spoke. Todd Bohley's not put anything out, so I felt like this needed to happen. Someone needed to speak up on it, and I think the Chelsea Supporters Trust are usually good. It still blows me away how there's been no action taken already. When an owner of a football club, ticket touting is illegal in the UK, and an owner of Chelsea Football Club is on the board of a ticket touting website, and he's putting general admission tickets up on that website. They're putting other tickets up for mad inflated prices. You'll see if you go on Twitter and look at the letter, they go into everything, but it's mental, and I think someone needed to come out because it's a bit of a disgrace, if I'm being honest with you. We know how much of a mess this ownership is, and this certainly isn't helping Todd Bohley's case. So that was the Chelsea Supporters Trust letter. Go and check it out. I'm sure I'll keep you guys updated if anything else comes out regarding that. So this is the second bit of the day on Noni Madueke. Take a look. Newcastle and Arsenal are keeping an eye on the situation of Noni Madueke. Chelsea could opt to cash in to fund new summer signings. That's from Alex Crook. Noni Madueke, we knew, I said it in the earlier video, he was linked to Newcastle in January, and I think it just says a lot if Noni Madueke is sold. I'm being honest with you. It just shows what the intent of this ownership is, if it's not clear enough already that it's just buy and sell. But it's saying we want to bring a winger in for the summer, a right-foot winger, would it make sense to sell Noni Madueke? I don't necessarily he's the best player in the world. I've been a critic of him, but I think you see how important it is when we just play Sancho and he gets the ball and just goes back. You see Noni actually tries to take a man on, but if Noni is sold in the summer, I think it does just show buy low, sell high, the whole profit thing. Because I think Noni's been an important part of Enzo Maresca's season. Like, he was a key part of the attack at the start of the season when we were doing so well. So, could we be making a mistake selling Noni Madueke? I think he's got a really high ceiling. His attitude can still get worked on, but I think he's been a lot better with his attitude. So, would we be making a mistake to sell Noni Madueke? Let me know in the comments down below. So, we'll take a look at Enzo Fernandez. Take a look at this. Just in, several Atletico Madrid players tried to convince Enzo Fernandez to join them over the international break. He's determined to stay at Chelsea in the future. All options are open. That's from the same source we cited in the first video, Eduardo Burgos. And if you don't know much about him, PYS put it, or Pice, I don't really know how you say it, but he's reliable, pretty much is what he's saying. But Enzo to Atletico, I feel like that's a move I could just picture. I don't know about you, but I could just picture Enzo Fernandez in an Atletico shirt for some reason. We saw that beast of a performance that we deep dived into earlier last night against Brazil. Man of the match, goal, assist. That assist was a thing of beauty. We went over his stats as well. But Argentina have quite a few Atletico Madrid players. Correct me if I'm wrong. Sorry if I am wrong. But off the top of my head, I can think Julian Alvarez, Rodrigo De Paul, and then that Simeone. He scored yesterday as well. So maybe they were trying to pull, I think, was it an agent Rudiger who got someone to join? Honestly, I can't remember. But they're trying to lure him away from us. He's proper at Chelsea. I think we're starting to see the positives, the true colours of Enzo Fernandez this season. He wasn't the best under Mauricio Pochettino, but he was played a bit out of position. We played in a really strange position last night. It was like a right number 10 / right wing, so it was a bit weird, but absolutely beast of a display. So trying to get Enzo to come to Atletico Madrid is a bit mad, but we will just have to see. I'll keep you guys updated if anything materializes, but he's determined to stay at Chelsea. So hopefully we can keep seeing the best of Enzo Fernandez. Now, finally, some good news. Take a look. Breaking, Nicholas Jackson returned to the grass and worked with the group today, and there he is. This is big news. We've seen how much we've missed Nicholas Jackson, how much not having a striker has absolutely, it's nearly effed up our season a little bit with all the injuries. Hopefully we will have the aforementioned Noni Madueke and Nicholas Jackson back. Maybe for the Tottenham game. He's got a week tomorrow, like I said. So a week, if he's just returned to training, maybe he'll come off the bench. Might be too soon to chuck him into the starting lineup. But Nicholas Jackson is such a pivotal player, especially that we didn't sign a striker in January. Looking to sign one in the summer, though. You see how much we miss him, especially when we have to watch bloody Nkunku up front. You're crying out for Jackson. You saw he did have his critics before the international break. He was missing chances, but he's just such a pivotal way to the way Enzo wants to play. He can drop in, get the ball, and turn. That's what we miss. We don't have a striker that can do that when Nico Jackson is not there. So this is overall brilliant news that we can hopefully get Nicholas Jackson back on the pitch against Tottenham. He loves a goal in the London derby, so hopefully we could see another one. Now, here is the last bit on Sancho as well, and we'll touch on Nkunku. Chelsea's position on Sancho, full focus on securing Champions League football and getting the best of Sancho in the final months. Then they'll decide if they want to buy him for 25 million or send him back to Manchester United for 5 million. Very interesting one with Sancho. We hold the cards in this situation a little bit. They called it an obligation with the loan if we finish above 14th, but if we can pay a fee to get out, is it really an obligation? Nah. I think his position in the team's at risk, especially if Noni does come back, push Pedro Neto to the left, Cole Palmer in the 10, or we might see Palmer on the right. Who knows? But Sancho, it's going to be an interesting one. He's got these final few months to start performing, or he's getting sent back to Manchester United, which I don't think Man United want him back. I don't think Sancho wants to go back, but we will just have to wait and see. I don't know. We could either bring him in and sell him on for a profit, or just pay the 5 million and not have to deal with him. I think if he stays at Chelsea, we'll have to renegotiate his wages, which might be a thing because he's still on quite high wages. Would he be willing to take the pay cut? We will just have to wait and see. Now, your final piece of news for today, Christopher Nkunku. Take a look. We can add Nkunku's name to the potential outgoings for Chelsea this summer, aka the Bomb Squad 2025 edition. He wants to play regularly. For now, full focus on securing Champions League, Chelsea's main target. Nkunku knows he's needed in the next games. Is he? if we get Jackson back. If we don't get Jackson back, then we might be forced to watch Nkunku ball again, which I don't think anyone wants. I think he was such a good player at Leipzig, but we see that with so many players that do come to Chelsea, they just don't look the same. I think the injuries obviously haven't helped him. He was out for nearly that first whole season, looked so good in the preseason. We've not really seen the best of him this season so far, but things can change at the end of the season. We saw how much it changed under Poch. We became such a good team going towards the end, but we've got a really difficult run-in. I think I'm going to make a video on the run-in for the top four at some point before we face Tottenham. So that is the news on Christopher Nkunku, and I'll just check before we finish up that nothing else has come out that I will have to wait till tomorrow to report on. And no, I think that's everything, all your news for tonight. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it to the end of the video, you are a real one. I'm going to be rebranding this channel soon, so if you want to be a OG to the channel, please do subscribe. Get in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have a great night, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.